This is too hard. I can't do this. I'm never going to be good enough to do this. I'm never going to be good enough to have that. Have you ever spoke those kinds of things over yourself before? I'm sure you probably have, because it's probably more common for us to speak negative and to expect negative over ourselves than it is positive. And that's probably another whole video. But yesterday, I gave you a simple technique to rebuke any thoughts or ideas that are not from Jesus, that are coming from the enemy, right? And so if you did that exercise yesterday, you would have been seeing yourself with these thoughts that you don't like, or speaking these things over yourself that you don't like. And so today I want to kind of piggyback that and dive deeper into how to reframe those. And before we get to reframing them, I want you to think about something. This actually really shocked me. I heard someone say this. In the Bible, God calls himself the I am. I am that I am. God says that. And we are created in his image and likeness. So whenever we speak I am over myself, we are making a declaration. We are claiming something. So do you want that to be a positive something, or do you want that to be a negative something? Because we can say I am dumb, I'm unworthy, I'm ugly, I'm like all those things. But that's not the kind of declaration you want to make over yourself, right? It should be things like I am growing, I'm improving, I'm happy, I'm blessed. That's one of my favorite ones. I'm blessed and highly favored. I love saying that to people. People say, how are you? And I'll say, I'm blessed and highly favored. And they're just like, pardon? What? What did you say? It's fun for me. Try it. It's super fun. Okay, so now you've got your negative thoughts that you might have maybe wrote down, maybe just rebuked yesterday. So how do we actually reframe them? We need to start by what is true. Is what we're saying about ourselves actually true? Because many times we lie to ourselves and about ourselves. So first things first, find out, is this true? So when you say, I never do anything right, I'm never going to be good at that, that's not true. Because I bet you if you look over your life, you can see times where that is absolute, like the opposite is the truth. So find out what's true and find out what is, find out what's right? Like you don't want to speak garbage over yourself. You don't want to speak like life and death within the power of the tongue. The Bible tells us that. So we have the power to change what comes out of our mouth. Therefore, changing who we think we are and what we think we can do for the Lord, like all the things, right? So start to ask yourself, is it true? Is it right? Is it pure? Like, is it good? What you're saying about yourself, would you actually say it to your best friend? If not, then get it out. And so now you need to reframe it. So take down, and this may take a few days. You may have to work on this one. Well, actually, this is going to take longer than a few days. But just to do this simple exercise, you have to start to write down and catch some of those thoughts that are negative, that are untrue, that are not pure, like all the things. You got to catch them and you got to write them down. Once you have them written down, then you need to reframe them. So instead of saying, I'm never going to have enough money. Instead of saying that, because that's not true either. You don't know that you're never going to have enough money. You don't know. There's been times in your life when you have had enough money. So it's not true. You got to catch that, right? It's called cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a whole that's a huge topic, but this is just little tiny steps. Remember, little tiny bite-sized things that you can do. So take the thought, write it down, and then flip it. So if you said that I'm never going to have enough money, what about I'm increasing my financial awareness. I know that I'll have enough money soon. What if you said that instead? You're not lying to yourself. You're not saying I'm a millionaire, blah, 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 like the affirmations, all that stuff. I don't believe that stuff. But I do believe in reframing our thoughts. So what if you tell yourself that you're so depressed and you have no motivation and you can't do anything? What if that's all you ever tell yourself? Well, guess what? You're never going to move beyond that. So you have to change that. You have to be like, every day I'm getting happier. Every day I'm experiencing more joy. Every day I'm blessed and highly favored. I love that one. I love saying that. You see how this goes? You need to take each thought, because we get to take them captive, right? So you take each thought, You question it, you rebuke it if need it. Well, rebuke it first, question what's left, and then reframe it. This is a powerful practice. When you get in the habit of doing this, that means anything that just comes in, just because it comes into our mind, doesn't mean it has to stay there. And it's up to us to change it. So if you can get in the habit of catching these and reframing them, you will see completely different experiences happening in and around you. So my friend, that's what I have for you today. If you have not yet come into the community, come on over into Peace, Purpose, and Profit. Let's do this challenge together in there. It's much more fun. And drop your comments as to if you've actually written down what's a thought that you're going to reframe today. Something that you've always thought or something you caught yourself thinking today. How are you going to reframe it? Drop it in the comments. I want to celebrate with you. I want to, encourage you. So I look forward to seeing you in there. All right. Take care, my friend. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.